Thank you very much. One more round of applause. All right, introducing my friend. Oh my goodness. Tugboat Manny. Give it up.
That's the closest that you've ever come to a medium. Thanks for that. Isn't laughter great? I gotta tell you guys, today is the highlight of my career. Well, besides working in nursing homes. Like last week, I performed in this one nursing home, and I got heckled by this one old man. And I was so upset before I left, I switched everyone's teeth around. And if you guys keep laughing, I'm willing to do it again today. And I'm going to open up to you guys. I recently pre-planned my funeral. I didn't mean to bring down the room. And it's going to be right after this show. And when I went to the funeral home, the funeral director pulled out a tape measure to measure me. And I said, "What are you doing?" And she goes, "I got to measure you for your cemetery plot at the grave." She goes, "We're going to have to charge you for a plot and a half." Yeah. And then she goes like this. She goes, "Listen, when you pass, how many sessions do you want? Do you want just one session and then go right in the hole?" And I said, "You know what? There's a lot of people on this earth that piss me off." And I said, "Let's drag this puppy out." I said, "Let's do 9 days, three sessions each day." Yeah. And then she took me upstairs to look at the caskets, and there was this nice military one. And she goes, "Tugboat, although I think you would look really good in that one, we need to take you into the other room because that's where we have our piano crates." Really? Really? So after we go downstairs in the office and she brings it up, she goes, "That'll be $18,000. I said, "Whoa, take it easy there. I'm a comedian." And she goes, "Well, if you want, we could cremate you, which goes by weight, and we can take $42 off." Yeah. I take a comedy improv class at Second City. You guys ever heard of Second City? Yeah, that's where Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, John Candy, and now Tugboat Manny came from. Yeah. So last week in improv class, somebody said how koala bears carry chlamydia. So at the end of class, we have to step forward and say our name and what we learned. So I stepped forward and I said, "I'm Tugboat Manny. And I learned that I'm not the only one who has chlamydia." By the way, after this show, is anybody heading back home towards Long Island? You are? You're going, "I need a ride." I'm broke, so in order to make money, I have garage sales. And I got in trouble last week when I had this really big garage sale when my neighbors came home early. Yeah. You know, the last time I went to church, I got very insulted because I went down into the pantry to get something to eat. I told you I'm broke. And I noticed on a box of communion wafers it said, "Tugboat Manny, these are for mass." So just for spite, I ate them all with peanut butter. And walking out of church, I was holding my mother's hand. And I said, "Mom, did you hear the homily that the priest gave? It was completely silent for 30 minutes straight." And she goes, "I know, Manny, it's just like your comedy act." Yeah, oh, thank you. Thank you. She goes, "Do they pay you for these comedy things, Mr. Tugboat, big shot?" I said, "No, Ma, look at me. They only feed me." Yeah. Oh, I almost got into a fight in the library. This guy asked me if I was checking out his wife. And I said, "Yeah, but don't worry about it. I'll have her back in 2 weeks." And she's still overdue. I recently went to see Adam Sandler perform, And you guys all know him? Yeah, and I got myself front row seat tickets. And there was this woman sitting next to me, and she goes, "You're Tugboat Manny." And I said, "Yeah, how do you know?" And she goes, "I once saw you perform at the Suffolk Palace Diner on Long Island." And she goes, "You know, right after you performed, that place closed down." Yeah, so now I guess it's safe to say today is the end of the Ozark Arena. That's it. That's it. That's it. I'm going to open up to you guys too. I always hated Christmas when I was growing up as a kid because my mother's dyslexic. On all of my Christmas presents, she wrote "To Manny, love Savina." Whoever laughs at that is sick. That's right. And I gotta tell you, I answered a knock on my door today, and now I'm happy to say that I'm a fully vaccinated and boosted Jehovah's Witness. And at my 50th surprise birthday party, my mother said in front of all my friends from the outpatient mental health clinic, she said, "You know, Manny, you now remind me of President Joe Biden." And I was like, "What's that, Ma? Why?" And she said, "After 50 years, you too have accomplished nothing." And guys, I'm going to leave you off with this. A lot of people are complaining about the federal government. Heck, with these political times, I decided that I'm moving out of the country. I'm moving to Staten Island. So everybody's complaining about the federal government, but I'm glad that my mother still gets her Social Security checks. Right? May she rest in peace. And guys, whatever you do, don't tell Elon Musk, all right? And listen, here's the weird thing I'm going to leave you with. This past election on November 5th, my mother, who passed away, voted for Donald Trump. Thank you very much. I'm Tugboat Manny. Have a great day.
One more time for Tugboat Manny. My personal friend, I'll tell the still quite tell the story. This is one of my first jobs I had as I worked as a dishwasher for his comedy club where all the stars got their start, including Eddie Murphy, all of them, Kevin James and everything. Anyway, dear friend of mine, give it up for Richie Minervini. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to follow 75 other people. Last time I did a show like this, Jerry Lewis was hosting. But my dear friend Gene Ho and Tugboat Manny, it was a pleasure used to work with these guys. Neither one of them are vaccinated. Although if we lived through that spaghetti and chicken last night, $475, I flew into Arkansas to have spaghetti and chicken. If you would have told me it was tuna, I would have believed you too. Were those meatballs or olives? I'm not sure. And the dancing. No offense. I'm here for our MC Matthew over here doing a great job. I recently celebrated my 65th birthday.
I more recently celebrated my 71st birthday. I know Gene since he was 15 years old. He was so much different then. He would wear black pants, black shirt, and long black hair. But he was a solo hoe when I knew him. Now he's got a couple of hoes in his family. The beautiful Nadine Ho, Cruz Ho, the great guitar player there, you see. Luna Ho, who for some reason felt she needed to sell me soap. You're from New York, aren't you? Yes, I am. You need soap. Okay. I'll tell you what, you tell people that you love the hose in Arkansas, they closed down 4 bathhouses. Hot springs, really? How about hot streets, hot air? Everything is hot. She said, how do you like hot springs? I like the air conditioning. In the hotel, I haven't gone outside yet. And they tell you why they move here. Oh, there's no mosquitoes. Yeah. Because when you're outside walking, your arm is so hot when the mosquito lands, he burns to death. I grew up with Gene Ho in Long Island. We worked together in Long Island. We were friends then, and then he disappeared. He moved to Myrtle Beach. I didn't know he lived there. That's why I moved there. And then there was a big sign, Gene Ho Photography. I saw it all the time. Driving down 17, Gene Ho Photography. What are the chances it's the same guy I know? So I called up after about 5 years of seeing that poster. And he goes, I said, Gene Ho there? He goes, we're Jim and Avini! You're the same Ho? Yeah! And we became friends like that. And then he tells me he's moving to Arkansas. I said, why? He said, I want to live off the land. I'm going to have a vegetable garden. I'm going to have chickens that have eggs, pigs that have meat, milking cows, meat cows. What could be more exciting? He invited me to his house 2 nights ago, and we went over there, and I couldn't wait for this farm table food. We got tacos and burritos from a gas station. Gas station. Technically, it was next to the gas station, but they were great tacos. They were great tacos. Manny's been farting about them all day. And, how about a hand for my pal, Tugboat Manny over there? Yeah, we flew in together on a Delta airline. They lost our luggage. We gave him women's clothes. I borrowed this from one of the employees at the hotel. I never wore this brand before. Lane Bryant. Very nice. You know what I love about that joke? Just the women laugh. Just the women. Are we talking code to our women? Come on. Yeah, Lane Bryant, where they have fashionable clothes for reasonable prices. That's illegal to film me. I didn't give you permission. That's by the way. You can put that on Facebook and ruin your battery. Lane Bryant, if you don't know, is for plus-size women, where they have fashionable clothing at reasonable prices. Lane Bryant. I can see a plus-size woman going there because they have beautiful clothes. I can't see them going to their competitor in the same mall with the red neon light, the dress barn. The word barn is right in the title. And after COVID, they were on sale. There were guys in the middle of the mall going, come on in, you heifers. We have a sale back with the trough. Come on in, boo. Every marriage should be as good as the whole family, yes. Yes, they're a family, the whole bunch of them. And I bought some toothpaste from their friend. And that toothpaste is so good. I've been having trouble, with the white getting brown. And that cleaned the bottom of my speakers. It was better than bleach, I'm telling you. And it tastes very similar. That's a disclaimer. That's just a joke. Gene, he got me out here from Long Island by telling me you're going to be performing in a 3,000-seater. 64 people are. We could have done this show in my hotel room. Which for you single ladies is 312. I was married, happily married for 33 years, and the reason was I was doing 30 weeks a year on a cruise ship, 10 weeks in Las Vegas, 6 in Atlantic City. We had a perfect marriage for 33 years. I went on the road, the check came home. Then COVID came, and our government forced me to move back into that home full-time. With that woman, that crazy woman, and those 4 years, and frankly, I thought there was only 3. She says things every morning, I don't like the things that you do. I said, like what? Breathe. It's never been a solid relationship. I remember my honeymoon, I said, honey, was I the first one? And she said, don't ask. I said, honey, was I the first one? I need to know. She said, yes, you were the first one. All the others were 7, 8s, and 9s. So there we are in the COVID house, and my 3 daughters and my son, they're watching TV, the wife comes in, and the women said different things during COVID, things they never said before. The wife came in and said, I made dinner. The kids are like, what? I said, no one's delivering, just go and eat. 3 girls run in there, and the other son, you know, I'm talking about 21 years old, he didn't go run and eat the kids, he's just sitting there in front of the TV, sitting on the couch. Folks, I wouldn't mind if he had a PlayStation. But that's just weird. And I said to him, hey, young man, listen up. You heard from your mother, now listen to your father here. Get in there and have dinner. He looked me dead in the eye and said, you're not my father. And I lost it. I reared back and whoo! First time I ever hit him, went over the couch, onto the floor. I said, now what do you have to say for yourself? He said, I'm the neighbor. Sorry, kid. But this is a nice, small, but mighty crowd. I thank you all for staying for the whole show. I just came from a How America World Cruise, so it's good to see all you young people. Oh, that How America, average age 91 years old. 3 people came on board in coffins. They have a very strict cancellation policy over there, I'll tell you that. But they got these beautiful showcases, beautiful rooms, and you're looking out at 1,000 people, and 875 of them are looking back at you just like this. I've been sitting over there drinking for a couple hours. And this kind of came to me. And my job is to make you people laugh. But there's a fellow right up at the front, he's got one of these, and he's white. But I started doing some jokes, and he's really pale, and now he's got a little pink in his cheeks. And then his cheeks get a little red, I'm thinking. So I'm working to him, and now he's getting a little bit redder, and then light purple, then dark purple. So I realized there's a problem. So I looked down, I assessed the situation. I said, man, you're accidentally stepping on your husband's oxygen hose. This lady came from Long Island, I'm sure of it. She said, mind your own business. Married 64 years. Can't stand to see him enjoy himself. Go away, go. My father's got the oxygen now. He's 92 years old. He's eaten right through my inheritance. Yes, I'm at his house. He's got 12 4-foot canisters of oxygen in his garage. I said, Dad, 12 canisters of oxygen? He said, I got them at Costco. I said, well, why 12? He said, I didn't want to buy the 84 pack. I'm going to get older. I like Costco's now. Remember when you were younger? I used to be younger. I used to go to discos. Now I go to Costco's. You're getting older, things softener as a recreational drug. You fellas don't tell you at a party, you hear X-Lax. X-Lax. No, don't tell my wife. No, give me 3. I can handle 3. Oh, what a day tomorrow. Poopy and pickleball. Okay. So empty nesters, now I'm sure folks are empty nesters. And as I said, my birthday recently, I was feeling a little amorous, if you will. I looked at the watch, 9:10, that's in the limit. I felt like making love. But then I started thinking, do I feel like getting up out of my new bedroom and walking down the hall to where the old bedroom was where I used to live with her, where she lives by herself now? And I knocked on the door. She said, who is it? How much activity are you getting at 9:10 at night that you gotta ask who it is? I opened the door, it was locked. I told my brother, he's a cop. He said, you know what's happening there? She's fooling around. I said, that's why she door's locked. I said, don't be ridiculous. You need to get yourself a private detective. I said, that's ridiculous. I'm not getting a private detective. Turns out they're $385 an hour. I don't have that kind of money, so I bought a memory foam mattress. You people are fast. I come home and find a big indentation on my side of the bed, I'm calling the cops. Well, I know they're fantastic. I got that memory foam mattress, I laid down in it, and she's in, she's out. And every day she goes, you really love this mattress. I said, I can't get out of it. I'm like a turtle on a crack, help. Long are gone those honeymoon days, those delightful honeymoon days. Oh my gosh. Yeah, on our anniversary, I was feeling a little romantic. I put my leg up there and she said, get that ham hock off of me. You're breaking my back with that tree trunk, you idiot. And trim those toenails going right through the flannel. I think I'm bleeding. My brothers, oh boy, my brothers. I got 4 brothers. They chipped in for my 71st birthday. They bought me a box of condoms, 24-pack. Oh good, I can leave these to the grandkids in the will. I didn't even know this, but maybe you younger folks know this. Condoms come in different colors now. Oh no. The only reason I'm telling you is not to be fresh. I just don't want you to end up in the emergency room like I did that night. I went into the bathroom, I flipped on the light, I looked down, it was blue. I thought I had tuberculosis. They have glow-in-the-dark condoms. Someone clap, make it, so people think I'm not making it up. There you go, Sam. 312. Yeah. Fellas, listen up. Do not wear a glow-in-the-dark condom without telling your wife you're coming out of a dark bathroom into a dark bedroom with a glow-in-the-dark condom. She thought it was some ziki fly, lightning bug, killer hornet coming at her. She hit me with the book she was reading. I am 50 shades of black and blue right now. And then she thanked me. She said, thank you for getting me that book. I said, really? Yes. She said, it turns out we don't have any sexual difficulties. I'm glad to hear that. She said, you do. I don't. You have the same foreplay for 37 years. You make a chicken, a little red wine, a little white wine, see it coming a mile away. The gentleman in this book surprises his wife, different after 28 years. I said, give me one example. She came home from work, didn't say a word, picked his wife up, put her over his shoulder, marched her up the stairs into the bedroom. Now I'm thinking, am I glad I live on a ground floor condo? And I made my move. She said, idiot, I'm on page 7. You're an idiot. You spilled my wine. Leave me alone. I forgot about it. And sir, that's when it happened. She came in the room, just the bobby socks, shorty shorts, no makeup hair, a little scrunchie, a little t-shirt, cut to here. Which turns me on because she's 68 and the rest are here. She said, take off those socks. I said, what? She said, take off those socks. Give me that t-shirt, quickly, the t-shirt, hurry. All right, baby. Take the underwear, take them off, slip them out, take them, give them. Hurry. I said, honey, I'm here all night. And she said, and I'm doing a load of whites. You don't need Gene Ho. You don't need Tugboat Manny. You don't need Richie Minervini. You need Pastor Bob Joyce. Thank God. I'll see you tomorrow at church. You guys are beautiful. Thank you very much. Good night.
Give it up, Richie Minervini. Give it up one more time. All right, so everyone's gotta move out of the building and then come back at 6:30. But go out there. I'm gonna go out there and sign some books and magazines, and then we'll see you at 6:30. All right. Thank you very much, guys.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, joining the stream. So that's wrapping up the main event for today with all the guest speakers. Thank you very much, Rita Faye Tanner, for your gift, and all of you for your prayers and support. I really do appreciate it. I'm feeling pretty good so far this weekend, so I'm thankful and blessed for that on the medical side of things. But yeah, welcome. Good to see you all. Irma, Loving Mother, Jeremy's Gaming, Days of Elijah, welcome. G, I'm just going to call you G. Who else is here? Oh, a bunch of you. Yeah, good to see you all. I'm about to get Gene Ho's book actually here in a few minutes, and yeah, stand right beside him right now. He's talking to some people, and gonna have him sign his book for me. There he goes. It's kind of dark in here. Hopefully you guys can see okay. But I'm not sure if I'll see Pastor Bob again yet today. Saw him out in the hall when we were just kind of all mingling, walking around and everything. But haven't got the photo op yet or signature, but I do got a copy of the only older album of his that is not available online, which is called Joyce Unedited. So I'm looking forward to listening to the album myself. Looking forward to listening to the album myself, and I'll be able to share clips, if not whole songs, with you in the upcoming days ahead. So you can look forward to hearing more tracks from Bob Joyce that you haven't heard before. And yeah, it's not a huge crowd today. Maybe I was expecting a little more, maybe not. But just the like-minded group of believers and patriots that we have here and the great speakers. It's really been a fantastic day. It really has. And we still have the after party tonight, which I'll probably be able to share some stuff from that. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to live stream some or just take videos and post them later. But me and my son, we made the trip from California. We went a long way. So I'm going all out for you guys and trying to share what I can. So, but yeah, really a great weekend. We're expecting more people tomorrow. Tomorrow is when Pastor Bob speaks and they're going to do a music set. So it's basically just Household of Faith service. They're bringing it here to the arena, and that is from 10 to 12 local Arkansas time. And for sure, I'm going to be sharing more with you tomorrow. So make sure you're tuning in. Whether or not you see the notification pop up on your YouTube app, I'm not sure. And so just make a note if you're going to check it out. 10 to 12-ish tomorrow morning. That's Arkansas time. So may have to do the math depending on where you live. But yeah, so anyway, I'm going to wrap it up for now and go get Gene's book and a signature, get a photo, and yeah, more coming soon. We got to get out of here because actually Pastor Bob and the band are about to rehearse. So we're going to be in the same place tomorrow, and yeah, they're closing it up so they can rehearse now. So I will see you all again soon. So thanks for supporting and watching as always. Take care. Bye for now. Just hold it.
You can go ahead and read. Yeah.
So you got drive it too?
I guess we're gonna ask him. Yeah, Thank you.